Welcome back to game 2 between Stefan and Maxi. As far as I remember, the loser of game 1 is picking civilizations for both players. So we have Stefan with Franks and Maxi with Vikings. Very interesting choices here. We're gonna see game 3 with the switched civilizations. Let's see what this game is bringing us. And let's go for Maxi's map first because he chose the civilizations and going for Vikings the first game. Wonder what he's planning to do here. He's got 1 deer inside, 3 deer outside. Should be able to lure them in. 2 houses, a little bit blocking here, but it's not a big problem. And boar inside, 1 relic inside the walls, 1 relic inside the base. Actually not bad for him. 1 boar outside, that's not too nice, but you can use a sheep to keep the gate open and get at the villager. Main gold safe in the back, second stone safe in the back, second gold safe in the back, extra gold in the back, really nice map here, and a third gold also in the back here. Maxi's map is like so damn good, so I didn't want to use the F word. Good, that's amazing. And now I'm going for the boar here. Did you get the first one in yet? No, but good timing. He should be able to get that in right in time, not taking too much damage with the villager. So nice luring here, and I think he should be happy with this map and should have a good game in this one. Stefan, main gold safe in the bag, relatively safe, that's good. Second gold safe in the bag, extra gold in the bag, that's almost similar to Maxi here. Boar inside, the other boar was inside probably. 1 relic inside, the main stone on the far side forwardish, the second stone outside with Franks. Stefan may go for castles later on. I'm not too sure. Against Arbalest you don't really go with the throwing axemen, but against the Berserks of Champions, possibility. And I guess this is the third gold for Stefan here. He's got enough gold inside. I don't think he's going for that one too early. Also extra birds on the left hand side and an extra stone patch here. I don't think it's gonna see it too soon that the stone is gonna be taken. And I guess I can go on 100 speed right now. Maybe let's go to like 90, 89 is good. 1 relic in the middle here. We've seen 2 relics for Maxi. We've seen 1 for Stefan. That means I'm missing 1 here, and I'm not sure where it is. Maybe inside some walls as well. Did I miss something? Maybe I saw it before. There it is. Couldn't see it on the minimap, but it's close to Stefan, so relic distribution. Again, pretty fair actually, no relic hacks or anything. Not that it really matters in this game. The relics I think won't play a too important role. And both players on the way to feudal age, 15-second difference. But Stefan 1 more villager, so technically he had a little bit of a better start compared to Maxi. And let me go faster. Stefan luring the deer in, now fixing the hole in the wall again. 2 palisades and a house behind it. Actually, that's a nice layout. I think should do it more often. Use palisades just in case. And the 4 wood you spent, really not a big problem. And here we go. Maxi actually spending 5 stone to get the hole in the wall fixed. 198 stone, that's not the best number you could have. Why did you only take like 3 and not 5? So maybe a mistake happening here. Cannot go for 2 TCs, and I'm assuming that's what he wants to do. Standard upgrades coming in. Stefan, 4 villagers on gold. Market blacksmith for both players. As far as I can see, no barracks up, nothing whatsoever. And that's not a really good placement for the market. But be that way. Looks like Maxi got 3 more stone here. I had to send a villager and getting 2 TCs. Both on the wood lines, this one on the stone patch here. Maybe should have gone on the right hand side, get a defensive line up. Would have been a better choice in my opinion, but it's alright. Having a TC in the safety of the bag is good. And he can see his goals. It's nice. Let's check the scouting actually. So Stefan, he scouted his bag as well, so everybody knows about the extra resources and about the bag resource, about the golds. And Stefan doing a TC on the main gold, 1 TC on the wood line. That's a really nice triangle for defensive purposes. He's got the monastery up to get some relics in, and there's only the scout on the field, or the scouts for both players. Stefan 18 score, 1800 score, Maxi 1600. That's actually a big difference. Maybe that's due to the fact that Maxi is building a TC number 4 here. Now that's a nice layout in my opinion. Going for the main gold kind of makes sense, and I guess we're gonna see a lot of farms up here, maybe 1 building or 2 in between. And Stefan is going on 3 TC boom as far as I can judge from here, and going for the relics. He's got 2 monks out at least, and both players still scouting around, but Stefan is collecting 3 relics in total. totally can see this one, and he should be able to see the ones inside the base. I'm not sure, he probably spotted the one in the walls as well. So Stefan will have 3 relics. Now I'm imagining that Stefan is going for Siege Workshop like in 2 minutes, or maybe only in 1. Send the villager out, get a few mangonels, just be disturbing, and maybe even go in to take the relics or to do some damage. On the other hand, he could just go for the booming here, like Maxi seems to do. He doesn't even bother about the relics. He knows he's got 2 of them secured in his base. And there we go, more farms coming up. Wheelbarrow on the way for Stefan, pretty late, pretty focused on villages, I guess. And Stefan saying, to your turn, did he try to convert? I guess so, but he wasn't able to. And it's only the small fights now that are happening. I'm really waiting for Imperial Age now, because as long as the players are booming, we're not going to see anything too interesting. We do see Maxi getting 2 monks and losing the scout in the end, but only 5 HP left for Stefan. So Stefan needs to get another monk to get the 3rd relic and hand card on the way for him. And Maxi resources not looking bad, missing a little bit of gold. As for Stefan, he's got more gold, but missing a little bit of food here. Let's see who is going to go up first. Actually, Stefan going for TC number 4 in the back. A nice TC position and a university. Not sure where it's going to be on that wood line, but it's alright. And now, I'm not sure what Maxi tried to do. He's clicked up to Imperial Age. Maybe he wanted to wall the relic in. It's not going to happen. And actually, looks like Maxi got a monastery now. Double barracks coming up. And he is securing the 2 relics at this point. Stone mining, gold mining coming in from Maxi. Did he do... he's Vikings. He doesn't need to do wheelbarrow and handcart. My mistake. Was just expecting that for him. Stefan also clicking up gold shaft mining on the way. Boatkin over heavy plow. We're gonna see archer ranges. Not sure about the double barracks. Maybe to get some pikemen out. Because against the Franks, you expect them to go paladins or at least cavalier, and then you want to have some trash units as well. There's a few archer ranges coming out on the front now, and I think Max is waiting for a 650 stone to get the castle up. Stefan could see it. Stefan's still on the way to Imperial Age. Resources for him looking really strong. Is he getting stables? What is he going to do? I think with the siege workshops, no, a castle coming up here. He may go for bomber cannons, and we do see Aspenry, so stables on the way. We're gonna see the cavalier at least, probably the paladins, and siege workshop, archer range, the castles up here for Maxi, first trebuchet on the way. We're gonna see some Imperial Age fighting, cavalier upgrades, stone mining against chemistry, padded archer armor, and I'm assuming arbalest on the way. Here we go. So Imperial Age warfare between Vikings and Franks, and as long as nothing's happening, let me go a little bit faster. First trap is out, but Stefan getting, oh no, conscription coming in. No trap for Stefan yet, not sure why. Conscription, very important upgrade, but you actually want to hold on to that castle. Battering ram on the way, and maybe we're gonna see, but Franks only going with cat drums, it's not really the best thing to do, I think. Would have preferred to see bombard cannons. 2 trebuchets hitting that castle, and the arbalest behind that defending. Paladin upgrade on the way for Stefan, and he is probably going to amass a lot of knights now as soon as he's getting the food in. Villager numbers pretty close, 114 to 119 at this point, and military numbers of course in favor of Maxi, because he's got a lot of arbalests here. He got the pikeman with +1 defense at least. Castle still being repaired by Stefan. He is spending a lot of stone on that. Maybe he could have built a second castle just behind instead of repairing. Not sure, does it cost like 488 stone to repair a Frank's castle from 1 HP to full? Or is it actually the same to repair 650? Now, monastery going down, 3 relics for Stefan being lost here. Of course, they're inside his space. Iron casting on the way. Maxi going for the upgrades on the pikemen. The arbalest are not fully upgraded, but almost, missing the last defense upgrade. And a lot of capped rams here for Stefan. 1 capped ram for Maxi. He's gonna go for siege rams as well. And now Stefan massing paladin, fully upgraded. 34-minute mark, and he's got 32 military units. That's the 5-6 rams, I don't know, maybe a monk or 2, and a lot of paladins right now, and he's just waiting for the right time. Actually, we have a dozen rams, not 10, it's 10, and we have like 10, 20, 25 paladins on the way. We're gonna see the big fight here. Let me see, is Stefan actually going to engage? He is not too sure about it. Against the pikemen, you don't want to lose too many paladins, because pikemen, they're not too strong, but they're also cheap. And you don't want to waste your expensive gold units against only pikes. At the same time, once you have enough, that's really just a so strong army that even the pikemen can't really do a lot here. Horrid string artillery, masonry, blast furnace, all coming in from Maxi. He's doing good. Stefan got the higher score, and he's expanding the left-hand side. One paladin is going to take out those 3 arbalists that were guarding the stone. 2 castles here, which is providing a lot of protection here for Maxi's army, and the arbalest being massed and being in a choke spot, or almost, are gonna be relatively good against the paladins even. But now I think, yeah, Stefan has to go back because this position is really good and both players are sending in more units. Stefan actually able to mass more paladins, going for the relics that he lost, makes sense. Maybe you should have gone a little bit more to the back, but at the same time it's easier to micro this to get the relics in and to focus on your army later on. 126 against the 138, villager numbers for Stefan rising. Look at this, makes sense, he wants to get a lot of gold, he may need to sell some other resources. Resources for him actually fine. Maxi looking good on resources too. No bombard cannons, sadly, for Stefan, maybe he should have gone for them. But he is focusing to get paladins and to kill arbalists now. Needs to go back and forth. The rams are just there to absorb damage, absorb the arrows from the arbalist. Now Maxi is microing here, I think, architecture rotation and going back to the arbalist is losing a few in the process. At the same time, Stefan is losing paladins, he's taking down rams here, which is good for him, and now I think he's in a pretty nice position. He could even go for those arbalists. It's not the perfect choke point. I think he should build like a house or something here to make sure the arbalists are standing better, and now it's time for the arbalist to go into the castle or to go down. Stefan looking good here, looks like he's going to take this game at this point. Maxi got the better score here. Oh, and castle against castle, which is really interesting, but Stefan is taking down all the arbalists and Maxi is back on 15 military units while Stefan more than 40. And Maxi got gold and wood in, but he needs to produce now, and he's not getting any arbalest. Maybe focusing on the pikemen, not sure what to do. And in the end, the paladins are just so strong. Stefan had a lot of gold in the bank. In the back, and the castles shooting at each other. I think we need a trap sooner or later, or maybe the rams that Stefan already got. Stefan taking over the game, taking control of the map, and whilst Maxi got a lot of buildings here, they're like non-existent because the rams and the paladins will be pretty much unchallenged until Maxi is dropping out those pikemen. That's like 6, 9, 14, 15, 18. It's not gonna be enough yet, and he's losing barracks. Needs barracks at home. There's a lot of pikemen coming in as well. Maxi forgot to produce, I think, and when he lost the arbalest, he tried to micro there probably. He didn't manage to keep his numbers high enough. 63 against 40. That's at least something. But the pikemen are just not that strong, and that's a big disadvantage for the Vikings, of course. They don't have a real counter to paladins. Now that was a conversion here. That's one possibility to do it. Use a few monks. I'm not sure where that monk is, but maybe it went down. But in that numbers, you can't really micro the monks. You're not an AI. And Stefan looking pretty comfortable now. He's taking down the castle with the trebuchet here. Got a few throwing axemen just in case. Taking stone on the left hand side. Taking the 3rd gold. We are in post-imperial age. Makes sense to take all the golds you can. And Maxi just cannot get the numbers up. He's open here, so Stefan could just run in and raid the eco, or maybe just take down the castle. I think Stefan is playing patiently here and just waiting for his chances. 190 population against almost 140, but the rams and paladins prove to be a really nice and strong combination against the Vikings here. Maxi not looking too good. Maxi is still massing more and more units. I think he needs like champions or berserks to get more attack power onto those paladins. So like a mixture of pikemen and champions, and then the arbalist behind it may be able to do something. Don't think onager is good because usually you're not having such a choke point for the paladin, but it can do a good onager shot. And therefore I think Stefan, having all that gold available to himself, the 3 relics and the golds in the back, as well as even the extra gold, it makes sense that he's going for Paladin, and I think he is winning this game right now. Don't see a way for Maxi to come back, at least not an easy way. He's getting out with a few villagers, getting more barracks up. but he does not have enough. A lot of gold in the bank, which he can't really use. Castle coming up behind the back, and of course Stefan is low on gold. He's spending everything on Paladin, but he's got enough food. He's got enough wood, even if a little bit of stone. So if he needs gold, he can just sell. And right now he only needs to wait for it. Sending Paladin in, a little bit of a mistake. I guess he grouped the ram here, but he is going to even try and stop this castle. Not going to happen at the same time. Maxi losing Arbalest. Castle went down just when the other one went up, and I think Stefan is starting to raid now. Let's check the villager numbers. 1-8 for Maxi, and it's gonna go down pretty fast because Maxi is taking gold in the back. If Stefan can see this, he will be in trouble. Stefan also going for villagers, wants to get a castle up, I guess, or maybe two because he got enough stone for that. And there we go, first castle on the way. Trebuchet taking down the TC first, not sure why. And one paladin, single paladin raiding. It takes like 3 hits, and the villagers going down. That's 1, 2, 3. Villager numbers dropping 94. It's gonna be slow but painful to see all the villagers go down, and Maxi did not see this. He's concentrating on the front, probably doesn't have too many military units, neither does Stefan actually. 37 against 24, it's not looking too bad for Maxi, except for the villager numbers, which are dropping very fast here. 86 against 127, population 160 against 115, 114. So Stefan is still looking good. Stefan got enough gold to get more paladins in, and he's even skipping the trash units. Could go for like halberdier, or maybe even these elite skirmishers. They're not that strong, but they would be okay-ish. But I think Stefan is going to try and just stay on gold units, even going with throwing axemen, which is a really nice idea at this point, where you only face pikemen. More barracks coming up from Maxi. He does not want to give up this game, but I don't think Stefan should give this game away. I think Stefan had so much gold that he really should be able to take it from here. At the same time, Stefan giving Maxi a little bit of time now. This castle may be annoying, but 2 trebuchets already starting to hit that one, and Maxi could be recovering. 90 villagers, needs to get a lot more again, because 21 of them are idle, so half the eco, almost only 4 Maxi, and that's only like 2, 3, 4 villagers working. You need to cut the wood around the gold to be able to take it. But I think gold is not the biggest problem. No, definitely not. 500, that's alright. Taking a castle down from Stefan. Stefan now getting more military units out, or is he? No, 39. He's not doing a lot of them. What is he planning to do? Did he pause? Not sure what he's focusing on. But he's not really doing a lot at this point. And now Arbalest and Pikemen breaking out of Maxi space, trying to get rid of the last trebuchets here. This house almost finished, 99%, interesting. And Stefan suddenly on the back foot, and I'm not sure why. Fletching coming in, so the skirmisher actually is coming up. Elite skirmisher will be on the way very soon, but I don't know why Stefan didn't just go in and kill all the eco. I think that would have been worth it. And now 107 villagers for Maxi. He had the time to recover. Stefan was like AFK for a minute or two, I feel. Didn't do a lot. Ballistics now coming in for Stefan as well. More artillery is on the way. But suddenly the Vikings seem to be stronger. And that's really, really hard to believe after we've seen the Paladins take down so many units. Stefan is running out of gold. That's the big problem here. He isn't really taking any more gold. I think he finished all of them. Yeah. And like that you suddenly are depending on trash units. Elite skirmisher finally on the way, but with Maxi having pikemen and enough gold for Arbalest apparently, it's still looking good for him. He's housed on 200 again. Damn, Stefan, you missed the point where you could have won the game. And now I think even with the score lead by Stefan, Maxi is looking a lot better. Stefan 175, so nowhere near resigning, of course. Siege-ram coming from Maxi, but this Paladin is the only thing he has left, and what then? What else can you do with the Franks against the Vikings now? Halberdiers maybe. Halberdier, Elite Skirmisher combination, a few rams. Problem is, you have Arbalest against you, you have siege rams against you, and you don't really have a lot for the Franks that is going to work here. And of course you can't really afford the bombard cannons. Maybe he could if he got a little bit more gold. But Stefan really not looking good right now, and he's gonna lose Paladin after Paladin. It's gonna be very hurtful for him. And 84 against 48 military numbers, really looking good for Maxi. Long game, 1 hour game already. I didn't want to cast so long, but the game is really, really good in my opinion. And the pikemen and arbalest suddenly working. The siege rams in the mix, and the trebuchet here really doing a good job. A little bit of raiding going on the left hand side. Not a big raiding, but I guess it worked and did the job. 150 against 94 villagers from Maxi. Doesn't really need more. 89 military units. Holy moly. Say it, holy shit, holy moly, whatever. Where did I get holy moly from? Paladins going down. They're really not looking good. And the pikemen flooding in, flooding in. Look at this, that's just beautiful. All the military buildings here. And 96, almost 100 military units. I think he's gonna peak at 100 something, probably. And now the paladins are trying to take down more arbalists, but they're taking so much damage. And there is Maxi's army area. Viking strong, yes indeed. Once you survive the paladins, it's looking good for the Viking player here. And the siege rams being a real powerhouse at this point. Lead skirmishers can't really do anything. And Stefan agreeing and calling the GG after 1 hour and almost 4 minutes. What a game. I think Stefan could have gone in, use all the paladins, go in, destroy the ego, just wreck everything, and he should have been fine, but he didn't dare to go in, and Maxi had time to recover. It was like Stefan was AFK for a minute or two, as I said before. Interesting game, nice comeback here from Maxi, great win, and definitely deserved this victory. Hope you enjoyed this game. See you in the next one, and GG.